Share, I said, Mr. Wodemha, Messiah, Simon, to a credit of form, and Menano, where Pejama Hosso, intimidate Yakopase, Yamis and Peja Mobile.
Fire raises down hundreds of shops at Kantamantu Market in Accra, destroying items running into millions of cities.
Me will fear 5 o'clock on your friend, Mr. Fish. Intimidate the gun and me fire dropping and me buy. Me buy and go for near my and uncle, a book of fire and go, Gallon, Jellicine, and the Grawa, in California, my bayela, near force, and more, and near my baby. They say, I'm attacking Mr. Ombedis, coming to a
And later, Ministry of Education assures government will address concerns of the striking technical university teachers.
Discussions, we've made appeal to them. They're also consulting their members, and we'll hear from them soon. But we've had some very fruitful discussions.
Many thanks for joining us. Now, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association is threatening to embark on an industrial action if the Ashanti Regional Director for the National Service Scheme, Alex Opoku-Mensah, is not relieved of his post within the next 72 hours.
Now, the demand comes after Mr. Opoku-Mensah on Monday verbally abused a nurse at the Menchia District Hospital who had had a misunderstanding with his daughter, who is undergoing her medical housemanship at the facility. Our bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opongmafo, reports.
In a leaked audio, the Ashanti Regional National Service Director, Alex Opoku-Mensah, is heard having a confrontation with a nurse on duty at the Menchia District Hospital after she had a disagreement with a doctor at the same facility who happens to be his daughter. In the viral audio, Mr. Alex Opoku-Mensah also threatened to use his influence to ensure the nurse is transferred.
Do you know who I am? I've moved myself. I'm the National Service Regional Director. Some of you are under me. You know my father. Don't you have the strategy? Can't you report her? You call her on phone. Come to work. Stupid idiot.
You feel intimidated.
Don't call me daddy. You don't respect. Don't call me daddy. You don't respect. Look at you, yes, I'm a cook.
The management of the facility has been explaining to Citi News what led to the misunderstanding between the doctor and the nurse. Dr. Kamaruddin Koko Hussein is the medical superintendent of the Menchia District Hospital.
We know for people will be concerned. So there are also some wrong reporting regarding the doctor prescribing a wrong medication or a wrong dosage. That never happened here. We don't know where those informations were coming from. This happened in an adult ward, a surgical adult ward, and nobody gave those medications. We didn't know where it was coming from. We heard that a diazepam was prescribed. That medicine we use it for convulsion, was prescribed in a very high dosage, and it is going all over. That never happened here. They have nothing to do with this situation that we are talking about.
So can you briefly tell us what really transpired? What was it?
What actually transpired was a prescription. 2 drugs were prescribed by the doctor. Those drugs were not available. Apparently, the pharmacy at that time said they were not having those drugs, just infusion. So the nurse was calling the doctor to come and make a change, because we have different type of infusion. So they wrote a normal saline, it was not there. So the nurse was calling the doctor to come and change it to something else, so that the patient will not be billed twice. Because the system that we are operating, the moment you enter a medication, the patient will be billed. So these 2 drugs have already been written and they were not available. So the nurse wanted the doctor to come and switched to another medication. There was another doctor on duty. Apparently, that doctor could not do it because of the coding that the first doctor used. So this is what brought all the confusion.
Reacting to the issue, the leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association says it is worried because of the action of the father of the doctor, Mr. Alex Opoku-Mensah, who verbally abused the nurse on duty.
The leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, from national to the region and to the district, we are not happy from what has happened at Menchia Hospital. The leadership wishes to state us, we want the man, regional director, Ghana's National Service Secretariat, to be sacked within 72 hours. And if this is not done, we are going to withdraw our services at Menchia Hospital.
On its part, the Ghana Medical Association, while condemning the act of Mr. Alex Opoku-Mensah, called on the general public to be circumspect in their utterances on the discourse, as it could jeopardize the career of the young doctor. Dr. Frank Sribo is the national president of the Ghana Medical Association.
I am not happy with the way the doctor is being subjected to such an emotional trauma. If you go on social media platforms, her pictures are being circulated. The pictures of her father is also being circulated. All kinds of comments are being passed. This is a young doctor, started work barely 2 weeks ago. She's young. She's now actually starting her career. And I think that we should support her.
Meanwhile, Mr. Alex Opoku-Mensah, in a Facebook post, has rendered an unqualified apology for verbally abusing the nurse at the Menchia District Hospital. The management of the National Service Scheme, in a press statement, has indicated that it has invited Mr. Alex Opoku-Mensah over the issue as preliminary investigations have begun into the incident. The National Service Scheme has thus condemned the act and has assured of its commitment towards resolving the matter.
For now, the leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association has met with the management of this facility, the Menchia District Hospital, and other relevant stakeholders to find an amicable way of resolving the issue between the nurse and the doctor involved. For Citi News, I'm Edward Upon-Marful, Menchia District Hospital, Kumasi.
This morning, the country woke up to news of yet another market fire in Accra. This time, the Kantamanto market. The issue of market fires has become a major issue in this country for some time now. Last year alone, there were about 5 major market fires. There was one at Makola. There was another at Timber Market. There was also another market fire at Kejetia, in Mankesim, and also in Techiman. This year, there's been just about more than that. About 2 months ago, there was another incident at the Kejetia market. The most recent one, of course, is the one here at Kantamanto this morning. On the Citi Newsroom, we're taking you closer to the devastation that happened here at Kantamanto. This is the Jerry Market within the Kantamanto area here in Accra, where this morning fire has destroyed many shops, as you can see in your shot. The fire service, NADMO, the police and the military trying very hard to try and douse this fire completely and try and salvage as many wares as they can and try and save people from dying in this fire incident. We'll try and speak to some of the affected victims here. Now, no pay then buy.
Mama da say fire for the kind so baba say ba ko na mo nso nim nti so ro mo kwa na tina eja nya no stores nim na ahye market mo wi da de ana ahye up to now enyan ndumie for the first eja hye be 5 hours enyan no ehu bi da enim de ekoso ja no so
fire tender ne buy no na nso nim
mi ense na ba mi busa ba ko wo say o say e ba sa na eja na no de sa na mo nipa mi no mo ti yi ma ba ko na ba ko de aba fa no ko fo fra ba. I was identified as one moment feeling so that I don't say, me teach you what you are saying. This is a Monday. Nimi and Sama back with one by a beuna. A friend say, the insurance. I see the first of work, I'm afraid of a time of 40 years. I was still getting to be no me. They say, I say, a man about how almost a baby, a man for a boca. Hani de say they do any e ma we am for stores be bra. So marketing wo. Onyina ahye.
Sanya wo mood it there. I'm sure say I roho kakra but church me what exactly is happening?
And upon the Tuesdays, the most of the times in time back home because it's not a market day. It's most of the times now you do na you fear your home and the etchia your banner about beginning. It's yes, you the one man, it says, one more friend say, a jar to a house into your saber. Yes, you are by an answer, a jadam, a jashia, not a prosign of yet, and your room yet. It's no, a jaya, so no, a woman, and almost say, Emma, it's the same, the ice in a
almost all the time, etoha. Wusha, edintinema ejabahasa.
I said, most of the times now, we should know the major cost of the problem. But we best see how the whole about yes, a show us. And I buy some other houses, no, Obia, cost of the problem, say, Ebia, and then win a Johnny free move, and I say, I didn't start. You better say, woman.
So the fire service is currently trying to douse this fire. You can also see scrap dealers also taking advantage of the situation, trying to salvage some scrap metals from the ruins. This woman sells yam. She trades in yam. She tells me that almost everything she has is gone.
Me ofie be 5 o'clock on your friend me say 5. Nti medium de kana me fa drop in na me buy. Me buy enkrofo niema enu anko a ebi ko fa engo gallon jelikan ene grawa enkrofo niema bayele ni force emu niema bebre say omo taki me say om bejiska me so eduma bi na me so bayele ego nyina enu anko me ko fa bayele ha mienu bebre kura na ego ni nyina ahye say omo ya omo so bi aso bejimo bi aso bejimo me so no me ni baby a me ko fo bi anti me sida na na ase na na mo me kakra amwa me se me ni adwuma bia me ya metua nkrofo ka se metua enwofo ka bayelefo ka befo ka enema beble na me gigi sika wa ha wadro enema pi.
So what you see here are a group of market women who have their shops within the Jerry Market enclave where the fire is actually burning right now. They've not been able to go in yet. They are waiting for the fire service to give them clearance to go there and assess the situation and see for themselves the extent of damage. This woman here tells me that she has a shop in there and she wants to speak to us. Ma'am, mpacho, minimse, mebisa say who to say ya, minimse, but still na mebisa who to say.
Yamiado, ebe fanisa, biya ba no nteja, ebe fanisa, yamiado.
Utonde.
Se.
Utonde.
Utonde no, ahode brono fo nko na edoso. Ena yeta machine a yede ye adwuma so doso ho. De yede pamo ade, de yede ye knitting. Ne omo no aduane ho de omo ndoso. But brono wo omo ton materials. Ne omo twa be na nkasa. Ne omo ye knitting, omo pamo ade. Omo so omo ho pa. So yamfa bibia. Sa de ni si anadwe. Ntimi se me kofie. Ahomache na mete ye na metu amika ba. Mentumi menya kwan kropo anwuram na mehu se mafa bibia na manfa bi ntima bibia ne ho ye fa ye. Yansa sa na ye tete woni Yesu a na ye pata na ye kom na ye hwede nyambe ye.
Yasra ban. Omra no mehwe ye na dan no so e wo ho no. Sani akeka bom ene mpata kwan na baabi kwan ye sei aban muaye ye ni bi omra mesi osi na brosan a na oma buo no nkofam ni ye nkotena me fi se nkaja ne toye no nka ebe susu kakra se atiesi manyina nnua na wires no bi wo ho ni mita bi wo ho ni we mfidie horo di mfidie num ahye wa fa workers no mo ye adwuma ma no kwan na baabia enti ye pa ban chew ontwa na nimra na o mehwe
ye niam nyina ahye eja na efiti no ho na ebeduru ha o fire service for ba ye ka mienu amanfa nsu amba temafo ahaya o temafo firi no ho ade nsu abeduru adumja no afi na ma asori aba se mo bedumja ade na ahye niam nyina ya boka bebre enye kaketwa kwa na ya bo ka bebre
obo ka bes
niam ma ji se me pam nyina ahye durbe ebianka
iti o calculate e ka wa bo nyina bes
100 million Canadoso, and Yakaketwan Qua, a dorsal, a damn fitty race in the soul. I'm a buy a man for Suamba, I do my muya dicatria. Man for Suamba, I'm a suano, Abassa. Tema for free no had in Swab Abbey Dumidan, I've been a most sort of hand more, but some of her like Danamutia. Yeah, from Camus, I say, the same.
We've interacted with the traders who are affected by this fire. We'll now speak to the firemen, the fire officers who have been working hard since morning to try and put out the fire. Hello, sir. What have you found out so far?
The system that we operate will not even allow you to have an empty fire tender at the station. So it can never be true that a fire tender moves to an incident scene without water. What happens is this. You see, we have varieties of fire tenders here. Some have bigger capacities, some also have smaller capacities. So the smaller capacities, with an incident that happened today that they came, within 3 minutes, the water is exhausted. And so when you are elsewhere and you see them going back, you conclude that already there is that perception. So they will just conclude that they came without water. There is no occasion that a fire tender will move to an incident scene without water. So far, we've not come up with any clue as to what caused the fire. Investigators are still on the ground and we are investigating. Let me quickly point out that in investigation, sometimes it is quickly to get your results. Sometimes it will take a long time. So let's give them that time for them to do their work well. Once they are done, we'll get to know the cause of the fire.
We're told that there is actually a fire hydrant in this building. The owners of the building have actually built upon the hydrant. And this fire officer will tell us exactly what the situation is. Please, what's your name?
For the sake of my job, I can't mention.
All right, so on the basis of anonymity, he will tell us exactly what's happening. So tell me what the situation here.
Yes, so this is an underground hydrant, which is usually mounted on the water mains, located directly on pavement. Now, these hydrants have actually been built on a pavement, but when they were constructing this building, they took part of the pavement. That is why the hydrant is located in this shop. So when we came, we tried opening, but we realized that it has been disconnected, probably due to the fact that they have used the pavement for the construction of the shop. Yes, so water and sewage have disconnected it. Thank you.
Is this not illegal?
It is. It is. We will report to the appropriate bodies and we will see whether what actions will be taken.
For many years, the country has been grappling with the issue of market fires. And even after 2013, when experts were brought in to help us deal with the issue, market traders keep hoping that every year they don't lose their goods to devastating fires like this one. From the ruins of the Jerry Market here at Kantamanto, my name is Charles Osukumi for Citi News. You're watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV, still to come. Black Stars midfielder Mohammed Kudus within a few days has become a household name because of his performances at the World Cup. We'll take you to Nima, where his football journey began.
We'll bring you the details of that and many other stories. Do stay.
Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Listen and listen close. Something is happening. NASCO Massive Promo has begun. NASCO up to 50% discount is here.
This season, a NASCO Massive discount. It's NASCO new promo. What are you waiting for? This season, we are offering massive discounts up to 50%. Yes, on selected items from NASCO.
Call 0242 439 437. NASCO, bring home happiness.
And they are both so grown, all the trees that are in the wood, Dolly bears the crown.
Are you ready to rock the Christmas? The band Kokui presents Nubian Noel 2022. Rock the Christmas. Nubian Noel is the Christmas concert that gives a unique twist to your favorite Christmas carols. Nubian Noel 2022 will take place on 1st December at 6 p.m. at the National Theatre in Accra and will feature Ghana's dynamic Afro-popper band, the band Kokui, and surprise guest artists. Don't miss out on the most magical musical event of the Christmas season. Ticket prices are 200 Ghana cedis for VIP single, 350 Ghana cedis for VIP double, 150 Ghana cedis for standard single, and 250 Ghana cedis for standard double. Call or WhatsApp 055-331-3102 or visit The Band Kokui on all social media platforms. Tickets are available at the Booker Restaurant in Osu, Bar and Bean Restaurant at Embassy Gardens in Cantonments, and at Citi FM in Adabraka. Nubian Noel 2022 is proudly sponsored by Chango, the crowdfunding and group contribution app, and Access W, and supported by John Dell Limited, Quest Beverages, and Adroyeboa Clothing, and officially endorsed by the Beyond the Return Secretariat. Media partners are Citi FM and Citi TV. Nubian Noel 2022. Rock the Christmas.
South Korea 3-2 in the second Group H game in Qatar. Citi News' Kweku Ediamansa has been to Nima, where the football journey started from Ajax attacker, and filed this report.
Kudus Day, Kudus Day, Kudus, Kudus Day, Kudus Day. Well, this has been the song on the lips of many Ghanaians, particularly after Mohammed Kudus started off with an impressive run for the Black Stars of Ghana. Well, under his belt, he has 2 goals in a World Cup match, and he is also doing prolific in the games that he's featured for. He's won the hearts of many Ghanaians, and his name has been a household name currently. Well, today we will be getting up close with his family and friends, people he actually grew up with and also playing with over the past years. And so today we'll be getting into this particular community. That is the Nima community, a suburb of Accra. And we will be engaging people who know Mohammed Kudus. He's not around here, but then we've actually come to his family house where he grew up. This is Nima, but then we'll be walked through where exactly he actually stayed. Now,
yani na ana yo ni mami ni na na mu ni na ana mo dem menu ni na ana mo
it ono na oda dan we mu
oda dem we mu bi ana mu ni na mu da ana mu da
say na no tie wa hanom
oh adie o se zongo de yo no ma yen na tie family on se feel ni na ana family but na boys dem suni boys but na sure da yani na what me ba yani na around one tell family and on ti but dem no chimba wall one chimba wall no nta ba na na oda ya nam ni na o so mami nu ni de ni mami nu say ni mami nu omu nu na okita omu on se na onu ajo anu say mami bi se na onu ajo anu say sara onu ya na edi lose na na su on so onu ya na edi
Mobano say the whole Ghana on their trend.
Yeah, first. Ye de Yankopon ase. Oyame ache yade. Wa ache yade ye ninda. Ye ba no time o ball no. Oko school no okacha ne ase saw ada na uche school saw se me ko ball me say oko ball boys so dey no be yo. But kwada oh ma makwa ball me see there bi kwa ball me see there bi eja akwara ade opede yes ise no say wo se wuja ma no yesu eja ne life ma no mo Yankopon na adom na ya minu tum na hodin Ewurade epeja ya ba no se sie de Ghana de yensu biom o ya ba na bue ye ni
eno she goes me no eno hwebo ni
ni da me hweye asa me se wodem ha me saye ma mentum okra fito fom ene me nana no we peja me akosoro nti me de Yankopon ase ya me se peja o mu biom.
I'll quickly engage this particular lady. She says that yesterday they had to get into a Jama session, and that's because of Mohammed Kudus, especially when he scored against South Korea. Remember, he scored 2 goals, one where he headed the ball. Well,
go. Yabesha, Nyamiti, Yabesha.
Yeah, first, mini sister, we be share. Ya packing domi nyamanu crossing che.
Juma Kramu.
Enya Juma and Nyaji Pai do Nyamiasi. Send Yanya na bedruse, a bon pies on Kone Nimsar. Company de ever far.
Sure.
No, Ghana ever far.
Well, so this is the home of Mohammed Kudus. Well, there's another sister there who says she wants to also speak. Mommy, and now almost in any GN no annual day Kudus as she goes.
Oh, energy a pie, energy ankasa. And see, if it says 3rd match, no, I shall 3 crack on my
Bakudo 2, we don't get 3.
Oh, we all share 3. It's as about 1, dear, where you 2, dear, where you 3 biome.
Everyone excited, everyone has been thrown into a state of frenzy. This is also another grandmother of Mohammed Kudus. Mommy, may I show Senka Wonka normal de be on shebo?
Hey, Mita Kudus unka Kurampo, Ghana Marchine, Eda Makomaso. And I was say, Mimi Nana, as a woman in Tenura. We just say, Nama, me winning in Amakoto, market in American Quamvia. Unimuku can Kwan. And it Wadawa. And then I know me born it to Safran Yas and Kitwa.
And only because Kudus.
And then I had detective Kudus, Mount Yahodum, Cook and Quan, and Wadum. But nay, and say, nay, zongo, no. Nay, Jidim Bonnie. What ya say? And tis say, yes, ye pese yen bamono omuti yeni, ba ni mano. Sabe ye tini manka, and son quada papa be brewum. What ya say? Yet tituan, a bill how much jiffy and some.
Well, so the excitement will continue, especially as we even get towards the 3rd game for the Black Stars of Ghana. Because remember that the first 2 games are done and dusted, but then the Black Stars will be playing against Uruguay in the final group game, which will come off on Friday. Here at Nima Kudus, that is Mohammed Kudus, the talented young man is big here. And as you can see, this is his paintings that have been done for the gentleman. You can see, I'll just read the inscription. It says, Kudus Dream, son of the light, pride of Nima, Wakanda. And this is Mohammed Kudus wearing his Ajax jersey. This is his home jersey and the away jersey on the other side with the Wakanda sign. And it tells you how big he is here at Nima. But let's get up close with some of the people he grew up with here at Nima. And a lot of them get excited when they see Mohammed Kudus playing for the Black Stars and even playing for his club team. And so we'll just get up close with some of them. Let me just, there are a number of them here, because when you come to Nima, for instance, you see a lot of the youth here. But then I'll just interact with some of them here. Hi, sir, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also fine. Well, we are all mentioning that one name, Kudus. Everyone is saying that Kudus is doing so well. How does it make you feel? I mean, you are a resident here. Anytime you see him play for the Black Stars, how do you feel?
Well, we feel very great. We feel very happy, and then we're so proud of having such a personality coming from Nima, because a lot of people have a certain perception about Nima. So if you having such a wonderful player coming from Nima, we are so proud of having him in our society.
So we do know that he scored 2 goals yesterday. Yes. That is the game against South Korea. Yes. How were you guys watching the ball, and how did you feel when you saw him score the first goal?
Yeah, we were very happy, very excited, and then from day one, we started giving our support, and then we are all praying that he will have a wonderful game. And we saw the first game, even though the first game he couldn't score, but he was able to give assist for the day to score. But at the end of the day, the second game, we also what a fantastic performance he put up on the pitch. And at the end of the day, he was the man of the match for the whole game.
So far, the Kudus, the Yanina Netirium war, a handman on ye, a bona bravo, and in an able ball, if you born Nidia. Oh, meaning a ball. Any nabo ball area more, a friend say, Ubianim, Saval Park and so, a Wakanda, or Nana, ye boy 3A training, and Amiadum, the mother ball, I did not call him. Tis a ball no bonus on your Nijin home pound. Into no, and changes in our coaching here, and so me side here, mammy, because we uniform no mammy, because next match no one anymore. So, into no, so, the friends and the pressure now. Or protecting the master next match will be to my boy.
They actually call here the coffee shop area, and that's where we understand that he was living. So this is where he actually lived and grew up all through. We understand that he used to play his football at this particular area. I've currently been sandwiched by some of his peers, that is Mohammed Kudus's peers that he used to play football with here at Nima. Let me just interact with them. What position were you playing in the team that he was playing with you?
Actually, I was more or less like a defender, and even because of that, I was nicknamed Cannavaro.
After you're a solid player.
Exactly, because I was very hard and solid with my tackles and all that. But then Kudus was very outstanding. At a very tender age, you could clearly see that he had that kind of understanding of the game that was way above his peers, and he could clearly out-muzzle and out-dribble everyone that he faced. And even when he was playing against us, you could clearly see that he was a player that stood out. Even though he was very, very small at that time, he didn't have that physique and all that. For us, it's not really surprising, like the way it is for most people.
Going forward, we're going to play against Uruguay. Do you still, are you anticipating him to score a goal in that particular game?
That game, we expect him to score a hat-trick.
A hat-trick?
Yes, a hat-trick.
3 goals?
Yes.
Against Uruguay, the team that scored us.
That's what we expect. That's what we expect. Because in 2010, when Asamoah missed the penalty, it was heartbreaking for every one of us in this area. And then Kudus was also heartbroken. So this time, I hope he scores and then lifts the name of Ghana high.
Reporting for Citi News from Nima, a suburb in Accra, my name is Kweku Eduamanta.
Now, some retailers of football paraphernalia in Osu say their hope to make sales hinges on Black Stars' progress in the World Cup. Speaking to Citi News, the retailers say sales have not been encouraging, but they are optimistic when the team advances in the competition, the sales will pick up.
The Ghana Black Stars has put a smile on the faces of a number of Ghanaians who were actually anticipating a win over South Korea in yesterday's game. So far, they've been able to raise our hopes so high that a number of people are anticipating another victory against Uruguay come Friday. But a number of people are now rushing to grab a piece of paraphernalia made of the red, gold, green, and the black star in them. The jerseys here are going for sale, and let's try and speak to some of these vendors and those who are buying it as to what is really inspiring them.
African dresses, football jerseys, na normal. My turn almost 26 years or one. Na I feel more time drawn a Jumano Koso. Say Juman no more boy thing. You intimi to just near tongue. If I'm better idea, I'll be sent to so be a fudges, you know, we only turn new one, you turn 115. 115. New one, we turn 115. we 100 Ghana, we 150. Sana a ton. Yeah, sana a ton. And you any board be brave, so we were trying the we patch out patch miske 80, miske 70. And store price in Pono. You young sir, it's a normal board in some more meditation. On a crabassa phone, dear. More Shemum say, bomb.
Behind me are people, basically fans of the Ghana Black Stars, rushing here to pick a JC or two for their family and for their loved ones in anticipation for Ghana's match on Friday against Uruguay. But here is an interesting conversation we are going to have on the back of this. One person actually took a gamble with the wife, promising them that if Ghana wins over South Korea, he's going to buy all of them a jersey. What are you here to do?
I'm going to buy jerseys. I'm buying jerseys.
But you already have one personally.
No, I don't. I gamble with my wife, and it's like I promised them when Ghana scored, I have to buy the whole family a jersey. So I'm here to buy them.
That is going to cost you so much. One is, I think, 150 Ghana cedis. You are here to fill your side of the bag.
Yes, exactly. I don't have a choice. I had to do it.
Looking forward to the Uruguay match. Are you going to make another pledge?
No. Because I know we'll score them, so I'm not going to make any other pledges again. Because I know we'll score. We have to score. We have to support Ghana to go far. So at the end of the day, we have to support them to go far.
But how optimistic are you as far as the Black Stars are concerned? How far do you think these guys can?
It's not about self-confidence. They just have to get self-confident. Football, they know how to. It's 11-11. 11 men on the field at the opposite direction. So it is 11-11. It's just about self-confidence. So they just have to get self-confidence and play their heart out. That's all.
Well, the very first game didn't go right. The second one, the second one actually would say we are all happy it went well.
Yeah, but even the first went well. They were just trying to find themselves. And fortunately, they were able to find themselves getting to the second match.
What do you make of the paraphernalia you are here to buy? The quality, how much they are selling it for?
Quality-wise, it's nice. But pricing is a bit expensive. How many people can buy what I'm buying? Exactly, you need a lot of money to buy these things.
Once in a while, you see vehicles on the street decorated in the Ghana flag, yes, signifying their commitment or their love for country, and for that matter, they are hoping that they can offer their support to the Ghana Black Stars. For how long do you have the paraphernalia on your car?
1 week now, yes, because since Ghana started to play the match, I put it on it.
How far with their performance? Are they inspiring you?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
But essentially, how much did you buy the paraphernalia?
Oh, I didn't buy them because some people see the car and then they just buy it for me.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So they like your kind, they bought it for you. Oh, that's nice. And we are now hoping to play against Uruguay on Friday. What are your expectations and your predictions?
Wow, I'll be happy on that day. Yeah, I'll be doing so many rounds around.
You'll be happy if we win, right?
Sure.
My name is Fred Zuo, reporting from Osu, Oxford Street for Citi News.
Away from the Black Stars, the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly has taken steps to construct a two-tier ultra-modern market for hawkers and traders plying within the Odawna market area. The Assembly announced the initiative at a press conference on Tuesday, saying it had become necessary following the destruction of the Odawna market by fire 2 years ago. There's more in the following report filed by Sixtus Dong Ulu.
In December 2020, the Odawna pedestrian market was gutted by fire, destroying goods and structures worth millions of Ghana cedis. Many of the displaced traders were subsequently forced onto the pedestrian walkways to ply their trade to sustain their livelihoods. The situation is, however, set to change as the Municipal Assembly says it will be seeking final approval from the Finance Ministry to begin the project. The 6,000 shop and office space capacity project is expected to house over 2,000 stores, 2,000 shops, more than 400 stores, a police station, a fire station, waste management area, parking lots, among other ancillary facilities. The construction is expected to take 2 years after the final approval is given. Municipal Engineer Isaac Lamte says no permanent structures will be allowed in the market area before the actual construction.
It is only when the final designs are done and then we can delineate the alignment. Then we'll know, and they have their working area. Then we know the space that will be left. Now, if we allow you to put your containers there, and per the timelines they gave us, work is going to start. It will be something else. This one, it was a disaster, and that is why it was easy for the assembly to come in and remove the debris. But if it is supposed to be structures that the time has come and we are removing, we'll have a hell of time. You know, even when people are plying their trade on tables along the roads, and we are even asking them to move, we have to use force.
Municipal Chief Executive Ni Ejetewia is, however, worried about the toll generated by the market.
Odawna has said, for example, over all these years, it is only in March they start to say, yeah, G2s, Odawna. Only March, yeah, only in March. Remember, example, and then a whole month of October, we collected only 1,500 cedis from Odawna. 1,500 cedis, you know, just say, someone to 250. And you say, Nipa Ben say 33 penny to Askawo. So we know on a daily basis, crown, and every say Nipa Ben say 13 netia omutus in a day. This is what we are facing. Well done. Jumano, some Mukaya home, Namu money members, Mikasa, no more support here. Now you to me, Buamo. Yes, right.
The chief executive also responded to concerns regarding compensation paid out to the victims of the December 2020 fire outbreak.
And yet, true say, Omo Moto Adia Pewono. Say about ho, na Woto Adia, but store in Yehudia. Your provision ho, dear store in Yenny Dinko, now Woto Adia so, Udi so ama. Say store no ya wa Wodia na Woto Adiswa. And also know there's provision for that. And to your true BAD, if you go back to your previous executive, they will attest to this.
This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead. Minority in Parliament predicts economic doom for Ghanaians.
We have details of that and more coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Anyone can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
This is Doha, this is Qatar. We come together tonight, a billion of us, in every corner of the globe where the beautiful game matters.
Here for the show-stopping magic of a moment.
Get DSTV access with an HD decoder plus dish kit for only 169 Ghana cedis and upgrade to compact to watch all the 64 matches. Here for every fan.
Welcome back. Let's now do some more stories. Now, the Ministry of Education has indicated that government is committed to addressing the concerns of the striking technical university teachers. This was made known by the Sector Minister, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, after a meeting with leadership of TUTAG. There is more in the following report.
The meeting between TUTAG members and the Ministry of Education comes on the back of the ongoing strike declared by the leadership of the association. The leadership of the Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana, TUTAG, on Friday, November 18, declared an indefinite strike over concerns on conditions of service. TUTAG embarked on the industrial action because the government has failed to honor the codified conditions of service of its members, which has been outstanding since 2016. But speaking to Citi News after a meeting on Tuesday, November 29, President of TUTAG, Professor Collins Amayao, says the engagement with the ministry was fruitful.
No, union business, you need to touch base with your people. Okay, once they are convinced, then we take the right decision.
There wasn't any convincing message coming from the government, if you would say, or how the entire process.
On one of the major issues, we've had fruitful discussions. But it's our members that are the best judge whether they are convinced with what we have agreed on.
Which of the major issues are you talking about?
Yeah, it has to do with our condition of service. Yes, so that I must say we have a fruitful discussion. Okay, we've reached some agreements, and I believe that once we meet our members and present the facts to them, then our members will decide.
Are you going to have another meeting again, or after the
tomorrow we are meeting the Labour Commission. So after tomorrow we'll meet our members and then decide.
Okay, so as of now, you don't know when the strike will be called?
No, I am unable to tell. As soon as we meet our members and our members are convinced with what we have agreement we have reached, I believe we'll do the needful. Okay, so we cannot stand here to say we are calling off the strike or suspending today or tomorrow, but we are hopeful that once we present whatever agreement we've had with the agencies concerned and our members are convinced, we'll take it from there.
The Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, says government has shown enough commitment to address the concerns of the striking teachers. He assured the strike will soon be called off.
We've had fruitful discussions. We've made appeal to them. They're also consulting their members, and we'll hear from them soon. But we've had some very fruitful discussion.
Would you want to share with us the details of
it? The details will come out in the form of a memorandum of agreement. It's not out yet. When it comes, I will make copies available to you. But we had great meeting. They are good guys. And I think we'll come to some amicable conclusion. Nobody wants students to be in class than me as the Minister for Education. That's what I'm saying. We've made some considerable progress, and I'm very hopeful that the strike will end soon.
The Education Minister is hopeful that very soon the strike in the technical universities will be called off because of the fruitful discussions they've had with the leadership of TUTAG members. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Philip Latte.
Still on Labour, some students of the Accra College of Education have vacated campus following the ongoing strike by members of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana. The association has been on strike for the past 2 weeks over what they say is the failure of the government to finalize negotiations on their conditions of service. Citi News' Bevelyn Langdon visited the Accra College of Education and has come through with this report.
At the time of Citi News' visit to the campus, academic activities had come to a halt as teachers were absent due to the ongoing strike. Members of CTAG have reiterated their commitments to the action until government meets their demands. Students who spoke to Citi News shared how they are coping with the situation.
Personally, it has been an headache to me because getting teachers off campus, these are the same people who have been helping us in our daily activities. We don't see them anymore, and we are left to our feet to cook for ourselves, and it's very, very, very hard. If teachers don't return to class, then it means our year of staying on campus is going to lengthen. So instead of completing 4 years' time, it means we are going to complete in 5 years' time, which is really going to hurt us.
I won't say we've gotten any positive results after it, because now we have to eat and then we sleep. That's for the normals in the school now. We don't go for any lectures. And even with the food, you go and they will be like, there is no food. And even there is food, there is no sugar. So you know how it is now. The government should accept anything that the training or the teachers want, so that they will come back to the classroom for us to learn. Because looking at the semester timetable, we are supposed to vacate somewhere in December. Here is the case. We've not even learned anything. As it stands, so we don't even know whether we will write our exams or not, or if we will go back, we don't know. So we are pleading on the government to at least assist them so that they will be in the classroom for us to learn and then write our exams.
We know that as students, we also have our private study. So as far as strike is ongoing, I try also to have my personal studies as to the level how my understanding will be. So I could say personal study has been being the mode of learning as we talk as now. Yeah.
The president of the Student Representative Council, Edward Chejamara, expressed concern on the impact of the strike on students.
We've had many engagements. We work closely with the TAC, Teacher Training Association of Ghana. They've had many engagements with the minister and then with the aspect of the CTAC. But on the stance that CTAC has taken, there is no way student leaders can convince them unless it takes only the government to intervene to provide whatever they want for them. But we are trying our possible best to have these two parties come together, build a consensus, and then they come to the classroom.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the Colleges of Education and Teaching Staff Association of Ghana has suspended its strike. The Greater Accra chairman of the association, Clement Opon Efrie, explains the decision.
The issue of withdrawal of some positional allowances, but that issue too, we had resolved it subject to administrative processes to prevail. So having gone through some of these strategic agreements, we find it reasonable to call off the strike so that the institution will not continue to suffer, so that we are back to work.
So all your members are back fully?
Oh, anybody who is not yet at post, it might be on maybe a traveling scenario, but as majority as possible, I could say we are all back at post.
Now, the minority in Parliament has predicted economic doom for Ghanaians in the year 2023. The group says due to the unhealthy policies outlined by the government in the 2023 budget, the public would have to brace themselves for the worst economic conditions.
The ranking member on the Finance Committee of Parliament, Dr. Kaisel Atoforsen, debated the 2023 budget on the floor of the House.
The House commenced the debate on the 2023 budget on Tuesday, with the minority predicting hard times for Ghanaians in the ensuing year due to the unfavorable policies contained in the budget.
The mood in this House would tell you how hopeless the nation has become. Mr. Speaker, if you go out there, the mood on the street of Ghana will tell you that there's hopelessness in the system. Speaker, no wonder that the majority members of Parliament have abandoned their own budget. No wonder. No wonder. Businesses are going to go down, Mr. Speaker, and the repercussion, if care is not taken, is going to affect all of us. Mr. Speaker, I can see an economic tsunami. I can see an economic tsunami coming. Mr. Speaker, the year 2023, this budget has failed to address the concerns of the ordinary Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, 2023 will be disastrous. Mr. Speaker, there's a massive cost of living crisis as we find ourselves. Mr. Speaker, it will surprise you to know that marriages are collapsing because of this government. Marriages are collapsing because cost of living is becoming so high. Mr. Speaker, that is where we found ourselves.
We must all admit that we are not in normal times. At the end of 2019, we completed an IMF program successfully. We saw our growth rate moving around 7% from 2017 to 2019. Our currency was strong, and inflation had been reduced to a single digit. So, Mr. Speaker, if today we find ourselves in this situation, clearly tells you that we are not in normal times. Mr. Speaker, little did we know that a global pandemic and a war in Europe will bring us down to our knees like this, where we see our currency depreciating by almost 54%, and we have no access to the international capital market, something we've had since 2007. So, Mr. Speaker, this is really worrying. And, Mr. Speaker, the quicker we do something about it, the better. And it is in this region, or it is in this light, that we are asking our colleagues on the other side to support government with the revenue measures that it has stated in paragraphs 212 to 222 of this year's budget. Mr. Speaker, if we continue to we cannot kick the ball down the road, because every delay that we delay in passing out this revenue measure means we are pushed.
And that's how we end tonight's edition of the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Our website, citinewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and on GoTV channel 182. My name is Charles Ozukumi.
And I am Inosafo. Many thanks for watching.